So over the last couple of weeks, I've been trying to make more interesting tech videos that are not the normal B-roll shot and first-hand impressions. I want to do interesting things because tech in and of itself is interesting. So as I've been doing these videos where I get people to switch from an iPhone to Android or Android to iPhone, I came across an idea that I just couldn't wait to try. So I went on Twitter and just asked people who wants to be in a YouTube video. And I got quite a number of responses, but I didn't tell them what it was about or what it was for. You see, my plan is to make a game show out of it and give $500 to any person who basically wants to be a part of this video. So you should probably be following me on Twitter if you want an opportunity for this sort of thing. And I asked 2 tech YouTubers to be a part of the video as well. And I didn't really tell them what it was about either. I put them all together and I come up with a new show, the MCP show. Maybe that's what I should call it. Regardless, it ended up being really cool. And you can see it now right after this.
This is, you listening to Travis.
All right, we're back with a new edition of the show, and I'm super excited to have David here. David, you emailed me about being on the iPhone Switch series of videos, but then I came up with this idea, thought you might be interested, but you did agree without even knowing what this was going to be about. What do you think now that you know you're on a game show?
I think it's very exciting, and I'm excited to see where this will take me.
As I told you off air here, you have an opportunity to win $500, but I did not tell you how. So here's where it's going to get really interesting. There are 2 tech YouTubers in the back waiting to come on that will be basically the proxy. One of them is going to play for you. The actual trivia is going to be between those 2, and the winner of that, as long as the person you choose is that person, wins the money for you. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to tell you who they are until after you've picked them. And I have a little bit of information about each, and that's what you're going to choose them based off of. Okay, are you ready? I know it's strange, but that's exactly why I'm doing it. Okay, here we go. The first person, the first tech YouTuber, loves watching YouTube videos about video games he'll never play. He also almost flunked out of college because he played too much World of Warcraft. And he won a karaoke contest at high school prom. So that's the first one, okay? The second one played clarinet for 7 years. They also have a an antique book collection, and they can spot the make and model and year of any car just from the headlights. So from that information, which one would you like to have represent you?
I would like to have the second one.
All right, I'm not going to tell you who it is, but I'm going to show you who is with us today. So first, coming to us from parts unknown, my man Gary, the Everyday Dad, and his opponent for today, Luke Miani. So welcome, guys. Today, we're going to have all types of fun. I probably should switch us around. Thanks, guys, for joining us today. How you doing?
Great.
Good.
Hey,
How are
thanks for
you?
having us.
Good. Okay, so what we're going to do is 10 questions. Hopefully, you do not tie. David, I'm going to have them ask the question, but every once in a while, think about what the answers are, and I'll just come to you just to say what you think the answer is. Doesn't matter if you get it right or wrong, completely irrelevant. It's based on who you've selected, who you don't know yet, but don't worry. There's something to come at the very end that will give you an opportunity if you decide to change your mind. So for Luke and Gary, first question, I'm going to put some really cool music and stuff in the background for this. I'm hoping to make it really cheesy. All right. First question, which sold more as of July 2021? So this is the data based on July 2021. The iPhone 7 series of phones, which includes the 7 and 7 Plus, the iPhone 10 series of phones, which is the 10R, 10S, and 10S Max, the iPhone 6 series of phones, or the iPhone 6S series of phones. All right, David, what do you think?
I think the iPhone 6 series.
Okay, all right. Gary, what was your choice on this one?
My choice was the iPhone 10 series.
Okay, iPhone 10 series, okay. And what was your selection there, Luke?
I'm with David. I think iPhone 6 series.
The answer is the iPhone 6 series. Yes, Luke Miani with 1 point on the board. Good company.
I could have swore I read an article not that long ago that the 10 was the best selling.
The 10R sold a lot
because it's had more time.
How many units did the iPhone 6 sell? 250 million, 198 million, C, 222 million, or D, 235 million? David, what do you think, buddy?
I think 235 million.
All right, Luke, this time, since you won the last one, what do you think, my friend?
I wrote down option C. I can't remember the exact number.
222?
That one sounded right. Yeah.
All right, Gary, what do you think?
I did the same. I don't remember the number, but I put C.
All right.
And if I don't know, I choose C.
That's okay. You're both right. 222 million. Very nice.
Oh.
I would have never been able to guess that. I'm not going to lie. What year was the iPhone 6 released? 2015, 2013, 2012, or 2014? All right, Gary, you're on the board. So what do you think?
I put 2015. That was an option, right?
Yes, it was. 2015.
Okay.
All right, there, Luke. What do you think?
2014.
It absolutely
I
was
bet Luke knows.
2014. Good guess there. You got it. 2014, it's 3-1 on the board. Luke Miani in ahead. Gary, it's not over. We got plenty of questions left. In the fourth quarter of 2020, Lenovo shipped more laptops than Apple. True or false? All right, Gary, you love laptops. You tell me. Did Lenovo ship more laptops than Apple in the fourth quarter of 2020?
I almost swapped my answer, but no, I'm saying they did not. That's
said
a
they
false.
did not.
That's
Okay.
a false.
What do you say, Mr. Miani?
I did flip my answer, but I agree with Gary. I think they did not.
The answer is true. They actually did ship more laptops than Apple. So no score on that one. Okay, we're coming down to the final stretch, final couple questions. When was the first iPhone released? A, July 29th, 2007. B, June 29th, 2007. C, May 29th, 2007. Or D, April 29th, 2007. Luke, what do you think?
I believe the answer is B, June 29th,
Okay.
2007.
What do you say, Gary?
I also said June 2007. I knew it was 2007, but
I know. That's why I put the same answer. And you are both correct. Great. I mean, I don't know. I would have never gotten that. When was the first iMac released? A, January 15th, 1997. B, August 15th, 1998. C, October 15th, 1996. Or D, June 15th, 1998. Well, let's find out what the guys say. Gary, what do you think was when the first iMac was released?
I picked the 97 answer.
That would be January 15th, 1997. Okay. Luke, what do you think?
See, I know for a fact that it's 98, but I guessed August.
You guessed
That's
August,
my
and
guess. Yeah.
you guessed right. You're up.
Oh,
Another one. Good one. Luke Miani killing it. Oh my gosh. But don't worry. This game is far from over. Trust me. At the end, none of this is going to matter. Okay.
oh God.
Here's the true or false question. You got a 1 out of 2 possibility here. The first mouse made for a computer was made out of metal. True or false? The first mouse was made out of metal. All right, Luke, you're on a bit of a tear. Do you think it's true or false?
I went with false.
All right.
I think it was plastic.
Okay. What about you, Gary?
I went through because they made things to last a little longer back in those days.
That is true as well. But however, the answer is false. It was made out of wood. So that's I don't know how that's a thing, but apparently it was made out of wood. The iTunes terms and conditions prohibit you from making nuclear weapons. All right, Gary, this is a rough one because no one reads the terms and conditions. But what do you think? Is Apple trying to prevent you from using iTunes to make nuclear weapons? True or false?
Yes, I think they are. They can sometimes be a little overbearing, and I'm going to say yes. They're trying to stop me from living my best life.
That basically means you can't make a video on it. I know you're going to make one next week about making a nuclear weapon with iTunes, but okay. Or you're saying true. What do you think there, Luke?
I think it's so crazy it just has to be true.
Well, you're both right. It absolutely is in the terms and conditions of iTunes, which is a little weird. This one's I'm going to make a prediction on this one's another true and false. I think Gary's going to get this one right. Luke might. I don't know. It depends on how old school Luke is. The QWERTY keyboard was designed to be the fastest and most efficient keyboard layout.
How old do you think I am? First off,
old enough to have taken a class that you probably would understand why this is the way it is. I think.
Gary was in the room when they designed it.
I didn't say that. That's not.
I remember my technology class in elementary, middle school where I learned how to type with the QWERTY keyboard.
QWERTY, yeah.
Now I think I can type pretty well, but I don't really measure it. Although I feel like it is a pretty efficient layout.
Luke, what do you think? True or false?
I think false, because if I remember correctly, it was designed to keep the keys on typewriters from sticking. That's my logic.
Your recollection? Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Gary? True or false?
I'm saying false just to buck the trend. That's what we ended up with.
Well, you're both right, and Miani's explanation is correct. It was to keep the keyboards from jamming on typewriters. And the reason I said that is because when I took a typing class in high school, it was on a typewriter.
See,
I just assumed.
I believe that you were the one in the room, Travis. I'm not that old.
I know you're not that old, but I figured you were probably in school sometime around the time where that stuff was still going on. Maybe I'm wrong. Name the one company in this list that Apple does not own. Texture. Second one is Shazam. The third one is PA Semi. And the fourth one is Canoe. I think it's Canoe. It's Canoo. Either Canoe or Cano. All right, Gary. throw the half-court shot. What do you think?
I'm going to say I said Shazam just because it's a comic book person that I've heard of before.
Okay, fantastic. Luke, what do you think it is?
I said A because I haven't heard of half of those, and A sounded random.
I'm so glad you guys said that because I haven't heard of like any of these except for Shazam. And you're both wrong. The actual answer is Canoe, whatever that is. So the end score here is 8 for Luke Miani and 4 for Gary. I appreciate you guys, but this is not it because we only know one thing. We know that Luke won and that we know that David selected the person who's played the clarinet for 7 years, but we don't know if that's Gary or Luke. So you may have selected Gary and not know it. So this is where we come down to the final question, the only question that really matters. The person you selected has played the clarinet for 7 years. Do you want to stay with whoever that is as we reveal it? Or do you want to switch to the other person, assuming that maybe you got it wrong, but maybe you got it right? Maybe you selected the person who won. Maybe you selected Luke, or maybe you selected Gary. I don't know. But this is your opportunity to either stay with who you selected or switch. And this is it. So, David, with all that being said, do you stay or do you switch?
I stay.
You stay. So you think that Luke Miani played clarinet for 7 years?
Yes, I do.
You're right. You win $500. Congratulations,
Thanks.
David. Congratulations, my friend.
I
Well
was
done.
really wanting you
Congrats.
to not switch. Congratulations.
It gets kind of intense, right? Because that's literally what happened in the other one. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
David, I'm glad that that worked out for you. What did you think of the experience?
I thought it was great. That was a little bit nerve-wracking, but I really enjoyed being on the show and meeting all of you because I watch all of your videos pretty regularly. So it was really exciting to be in one of them.
Amazing. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.